adolescent in the extreme.
Ah, lots of drinking and dancing to loud music, and you were right in the middle of it.
In a manner of speaking.
Meaning?
I was with my boyfriend, Philip. He did the drinking. I was the designated driver.
Oh, then you had a clear head that night.
Yes.
Do you remember being near the door to Kevin Buchanan's room at the KAD house at any time that night?
We walked right past it.
We?
Philip had drunk a lot of beer. He was looking for the bathroom, but he was knocking on every door.
Including Kevin Buchanan's room?
I tried to tell him it was the wrong room, but Philip can be very stubborn. And that's when I heard her.
Her?
Marty Saybrook. She was being held inside, and she was screaming for help.
Objection, Your Honor. The witness was outside the door at a very noisy party. She can't possibly identify the action inside.
Sustained. We praise.
Okay, Miss Swift. Let's rephrase things. You heard a woman's voice from inside the room.
Yes, and I'm sure...
And she was screaming for help, you sure?
Positive. Help and stop. I wanted to go inside, but Philip said it was just a girl having fun, and he dragged me down the hall to find the bathroom.
Miss Swift, let's talk about what happened next.
Philip found the bathroom.
No, I mean later, when you came downstairs.
Well, we were standing near the front door, and I saw Marty leaving the party, and she looked really messed up. And that's when I saw Powell with Zach and Todd.
Leaving. Report the pay. Come on, get a hold of yourself. Nothing happens. All right? She's not gonna go to the cops. Nowhere. And if she does, what makes you think that they're gonna believe her? This is Marty. Marty's a party girl, remember?
No one will ever believe her. That's what he said.
Yes, sir. That's what he said.
I will not allow this in my courtroom.
Todd, take it easy, okay?
Proceed, Mr. Gannon.
Thank you, Miss Swift. You've been very enlightening. Your witness.
Your Honor, as you predicted, Mr. Gannon has surprised us all by this latest stunt. I would like to request a brief recess so that I might prepare a cross-examination.
Granted. The court will resume in 1 hour.
All right.
All right. Hang in there, fellas. Okay? I've got 1 hour to drive a truck through all the holes in her story.
May I help?
Yeah, pat me on the back, buy me a cup of coffee, tell me I'm not about to blow this case.
All of the above?
Thank you.
Come on.
Kevin, come on, let's go.
You just think you're so cool, don't you, Carol? Coolness perfect, prepping 1993.
You're not going to scare me off, Todd. I know what you and your friends did to Marty, and I want you to get exactly what you deserve.
I knew this was going to happen. I knew it. You can't shut everybody up, Todd. Somebody sooner or later was going to come forward and nail us. Last time, you little wimp. Shut the hell up.
You said the party was wild that night?
Too wild.
But in all that craziness, you never had a drink? Not even one little beer?
I said I was the designated...
Yes, I know what you said. I was just trying to refresh your memory in as much the same way that you might have refreshed your thirst that night.
Your Honor.
I'll do it another way. Miss Swift, do you consider yourself to be superior to the other young men and women at the KAD house that night?
Superior? No, just sober.
That's very upright of you, Miss Swift. But for someone so responsible and proper, I'm having a little trouble with your actions. Or inaction, I should say.
I don't know what you mean.
Didn't you say you thought you heard Marty say Brooke screaming from inside Kevin's room?
I didn't think I heard it. I heard her.
And yet you did nothing. You walked your boyfriend to the bathroom. And then you still did nothing. A lot of time went by before you came forward with your story. Not so swift, are you, Miss Swift?
I had my reasons.
We'd like to hear them, Miss Swift.
I was afraid to cause trouble.
Trouble how?
My boyfriend's father is on the board of trustees at the university. They frown on bad publicity, anything that reflects poorly on the school.
So you were afraid to cause the school bad publicity.
I didn't want to get involved.
You didn't want to get involved.
I didn't want to be some kind of outcast.
Until now.
That's right. When I saw Marty, and then I heard on the evening news that it looked like no one would believe her story, I couldn't keep silent any longer.
Miss Swift, don't you find your timing rather convenient?
I'm sorry I took so long. I should have spoken sooner, no matter what it might cost me.
Do you have any more questions for the witness, Miss Gannon?
No, not at this time.
You may step down, Miss Swift.
She tried her best, but best wasn't good enough. Oh, strike one.
Mr. Gannon, you may call your next witness.
Your Honor, we have one last witness. The person whose testimony really matters. Marty Saybrook.
Call Marty Saybrook.
Strike one.
Mr. Gannon, you may call your next witness.
Your Honor, we have one last witness. The person whose testimony really matters. Marty Saybrook.
Call Marty Saybrook.
You can do it, Marty. I know you can.
Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I do.
Now?
Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I do.
Miss Saybrook, let's not waste time. We're here for the truth. What is the truth? What happened to you the night of the spring fling at the Kappa Alpha Delta house?
I was raped.
You're a liar, Marty. Let me look at her. She's dressed like a nun. Why don't you put her in her real clothes? Now, why don't you put her in the clothes she had on that night? Sit down. Why don't you put the real tramp on and that hurt it?